Yo, what's up? It's Brandon Scott, the voice of Henry from The Last of Us, and you're listening to Married to the Games. Watch out for them clickers.
Oh, yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. You know what it is. It's them kids and wives and 9 to 5s. We are still married to the games. 084. It's your boy, Gabe Patillo. Can somebody else do the rest?
Yeah.
Along with Timothy Hall and Tim Router. Of course, and as always, we are talking life and games. Games and life. I might do that backwards.
And life at 5:30 in the morning.
Dude, this is ridiculous. My voice doesn't... Okay, so let's zoom out for a second. Here we are. Kids and wives of 9 to 5s. We're still married to the games. It's 5:30 in the morning because Hall has somewhere he needs to be at the usual time that we do this show. And nothing is working on me. Nothing works.
Gabe is in full shutdown mode right now. He's like,
nothing works.
Can't stay awake.
I mean, I feel like the Tin Man, and the Cowardly Lion, and I feel crazy right now. I feel crazy. I feel like I want to go do something crazy.
Let me tell you something. This is dedication right now, though, because normally we would be recording yesterday, but poor Hall got ill, so we had to push it back. And then he said, "Oh, I've got a meeting early in the morning. Can we do 5:30?" And Gabe, I think Gabe was crying when he was texting back saying, "Okay."
Are you sure?
I ignored the text.
That's good.
I was like, I must have read that wrong. Right. So Hall, since you've got since you're the reason we're here so early.
So you get to start.
You go first.
Oh, no. Well, oh gosh. I think I need to blow my nose again. Hang on.
Oh, still getting a little illness in there.
Man.
No.
Yeah,
I came down Monday night with a pretty severe cold. And I knew I wasn't going to be able to do the podcast on Wednesday. I was still pretty bad yesterday. So today I'm feeling a lot better. I'm just congested. Man, I've never been hit by the same cold in a 12-month span. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah,
so, it hasn't even been 12 months. My last cold was October, I think, or November. So,
did you get a fever with it or anything? Or
yeah, that was where I just broke in the middle of the night and I woke up in a pool of sweat and I was what happened?
Exactly.
Am I alive?
Yeah. Is this Quantum Leap?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I mean, I completely just hit me unexpectedly. So I immediately ran to the store, got emergency, and downed as much of that as possible to get better. But when you get sick, that's always a good excuse to game, because I took Tuesday off of work.
Amen.
Yep. And instead I slept. So I'm probably better off because
you were actually sick.
You were actually sick and way better off doing that.
I didn't take a sick day to play a game the day it came out. No, I took a sick day to just sleep.
To be sick.
No, that's good though. That's exactly what you need.
And pumped a lot of chicken noodle in me. So
love
Put it on the IV.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Earlier in the week though, at the end of last week over the weekend, I played a lot of Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. I really dig it.
Yeah, you are loving that right now, aren't you?
Yeah, I've been getting messages from the community oh, how you liking it? Is it still going? I was like, yeah, it's still going. I see about the same 5 or 6 guys playing with me, but we're keeping it moving. So yeah.
Just you guys.
But I like that they made it a kind of an incentive by you get the best ending by getting a good, effective military strength, and you had to play multiplayer to kind of multiply that up. I like that they did that because I wouldn't have played the multiplayer otherwise, and I enjoy it. So I think it was a good move.
Good, man.
I think that move might have been panned when the game came out. Like, oh, you got to play multiplayer, but like I said, it's really fun. So I don't see anything wrong with that. I'm trying to think. Other than that, I've been kind of just saving my games until we get to the trophy wars.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so for those who don't know, we have this little trophy competition going on at the forum. As far as I know, to sign up, you just add your name to the list.
Yep.
And then everybody kind of takes a screenshot of their trophies on day one.
No, I think everybody is. Do you take a screenshot or everybody posts a post? Because on the PSN profiles thing, we'll tell you how many trophies you have.
Yeah, I think maybe you just post how many you have, and then you post how many you have at the end. I'm not 100% sure. The rules are all on the forum, but I got to get versed on that stuff because are we all participating?
Oh, heck yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely am. I'm saving everything else I have until I get to that point. So, I mentioned I'm going to try to play Infamous 1 and 2 next month.
Oh, good.
There you go.
Fruition. Those pretty good for trophies.
Sure. I mean, I mean, any game you can beat, any game you can be like, hey, I'm going to beat this game, probably is going to give you a good little amount of trophies, I'd imagine.
Well, and also you can go with both of those games, you can go good and bad. So you can always go back and redo them.
Oh, okay.
And you'll probably get other trophies.
Different trophies, yeah.
Just a trophy tip. Resistance 3 is really good for trophies because I think it's pretty much all bronze. So, like, there's just more trophies.
Oh, yeah,
and so that's part of the contest is that it's by number. It's not any ranking or anything. So, basically, you can just storm through and get all the bronze trophies you want and still win. So
exactly.
Doesn't Mass Effect 3 have quite a bit of trophies, too?
I think so, and they're all... I think it's for all of the story missions. Like, each one gets a trophy.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think, most of the story missions are like under an hour. So that's a pretty easy way to get some. Also, too, family game night, all those games are really easy for trophies. I think I got I played maybe 4 hours of one of those games and got 12 or 13.
Nice.
Something ridiculous.
No cheating.
Yeah, it's really easy to get trophies in those games. Other than that, we got, as Gabe mentioned, we got our meeting with the lender today. We got the inspection for the home, and everything checked out mainly. We're just kind of in the negotiating process. And
that's fun.
Yeah, we're going to have to see what's going to happen. I think if the seller were to come back and not want to do anything, there's a possibility that we may have to pass.
Oh, really?
Wow,
yeah, but
really?
we really want this house. Basically, the way it works is if the lender deems that, hey, we don't want you going in there and doing that work because, honestly, it doesn't appraise for that value, then they can just say, you can't buy this house. There's probably, I would say, maybe $8,000 worth of work that needs to be done or somewhere around there.
Really?
So it's not terrible.
It's not terrible.
Yeah, it's not terrible, but
$8,000 is a lot of money, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Maybe not to y'all.
No, it still
But
is.
to the
I don't have
Patillos,
kids.
if somebody was like, "Hey, Gabe, let me get $8,000," I'd be like, "Good seeing you, Chuck." Yeah.
No, I think the only reason I don't mind it right now is because we're already planning to do drop X amount of dollars on renovating, and we're going to do that all with cash anyway.
That's great, man.
True.
Maybe we would,
all that saving up, man, helps.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe we would just do the renovations with cash and then maybe get some financing on some of the updates we want to do.
Right.
So that's why it didn't bother me that much, but I would really like to get the seller to do something because for the 12 years that they lived in that house, they didn't do a thing.
Wow.
It's pretty obvious.
That's
really, they just beat the house up.
Well, basically, they got wood floors installed when they moved in, and then they never took care of them. So there's no point in keeping them. They just need to be torn up because they look terrible.
Really?
Oh, man.
So stuff like that.
I bet they have the same air filters in there that they had when they first opened up, when they first moved in.
And mothballs flying out of the HVAC.
Yeah, the inspector, I don't think he mentioned anything about the air filters, so I guess we'd have to check those out. But like there was a bunch of things, like when he was walking us through the house, like he did like a little recap with us, and he was like deferred maintenance. He's like, all this means is that they just didn't do it. So,
wow. Shoot, that's crazy.
I mean, there's work to be done, but the value is just really there for that house, so we really want it.
Yeah, it makes sense to me.
But yeah, other than that, just same old thing. Work. Of course, I get sick in the week that we have the most work to do. It never happens on like a week where I have nothing to do.
That's funny.
That's why I had to work yesterday as a sick person.
Right. Of course. Router.
Oh, yes, y'all. It's 5:30. Let's do this.
This is your
this is your wheelhouse.
This is my wheelhouse. This is my Graceland. Happy Easter. I hope everybody had a good Easter. And
I forgot to talk about Easter.
Yeah, I know we did. We had 17 people over at the house, so it was a little chaotic this weekend. Lauren made an amazing meal, and so I had my family over, her entire family over. Her dad's brother is down from New Jersey, so they came over too, and it was we just had a good time. Piper absolutely loved hanging out with her cousins, as she always does, and I'm so excited because I got permission from Dan to let Liam play some Second Son.
Nice.
And the dude freaked out. He's like, this game is awesome. He was up there, and all I could hear is, Dad, just for 5 more minutes.
I know that's right.
And I'm like, oh, poor Dan. Now he's going to get hit with, Dad, we really need a PS4. Dad, we really need a PS4. And I'm like, yes. I'm right there cheering him on with it. So hopefully I'll get him hooked on it. But he loved it. And I was just so happy that he was able to play. And then my 2 nieces, while he was playing that, we cracked open the Wii U and did some more Just Dance. And man, my niece Amelia just is crushing everybody. She's so good at that game. It's not even funny. So we had a great time. It was a lot of fun being able to do that. And all the parents are looking like, this is amazing technology and blah, blah, blah.
So what? You just hold this thing? You just hold this?
And I'm like, yes, this is what I've been talking about for the past 3 years since I've been, since I've been hooked on games. And we just had a good time. And so I've just been working. I'm finally getting caught up on work. And so I continue Second Son. I think I'm a couple missions behind you, Gabe, right now, based on your Twitch channel. But it is still it's so much fun, and I want to go back and do the bad campaign next. So yeah, I'm just excited. And the other thing that I've been doing is when I come home for Piper's nap at lunchtime, I get myself a little Mario Kart in now.
Oh, no way!
Because I'm getting super excited for Mario Kart 8. I saw the trailer again on a nice big TV in Target the other day and nearly broke a tear out. I'm like, this looks amazing. I cannot wait for that game. That
looks so much fun.
So I'm going back and trying to get my account, my Mario Kart account, back to where it was when I had everything. I pimped everything out. I had 3 stars on everything. So yeah, so I'll get, and that's what I love about it. It's like you can pop open that game and in 15 minutes you have like one whole cup race done.
Exactly.
And, if you can try and knock it out with a 3 stars, you're good, and then move on from there. It's such a great game. It's definitely one of my timeless games that I can always play.
Amen to that. Yeah, for sure.
So it's been pretty boring this past week. I mean, not a whole lot's changed. I don't have another case of glutate psoriasis or anything. I'm back on my shots. Hey, I haven't had an allergy attack at all, and we're in heavy. This is like the heavy pollen
it's been
season.
bad. My wife's been having them like crazy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
the
so
Patillos were supposed to come over on Easter.
Yeah, couldn't make it.
But yeah, I mean, couldn't make it because Gabe texted me. He's like, "Oh, Jenny's struggling with allergies." I'm like, "Yeah, been there. I know exactly what she feels like. Go home. Don't worry about it. Don't even come by."
You sure did.
So
yeah, I think we had a pollen alert last week.
Oh,
or something.
we get pollen. I get pollen alerts every day off the Weather Channel, and it's all tree pollen right now.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you got like text messages or something.
I do. No, I get alert. I get notifications.
Oh, that's awesome.
From the Weather Channel. It says high pollen alert. And when I go in to get my shots, they give you a number, and they just they run down all the different allergens for this season. So, the joys of having allergies. It's so much fun.
Right.
This season in allergies.
Exactly.
You need to look out for pollen.
That's right. It's all pollen these days.
Roach dust.
Yes, that's always fun. I'm probably allergic to that too.
Oh yeah.
So that's pretty much it for me. I thought I had a heck of a lot more. I got Lauren hooked on an iOS game that I've been playing for the past 2 weeks called 2048.
Amen.
And I showed Gabe it in Hall. I don't know if you've had a chance to play.
Yeah, I haven't had the chance to check it out yet.
It's just it's a numbers grid game, and I'm just hooked on it. I'm playing it every day.
It's really fun
since I got it. And everybody's going to think, oh, this is kind of boring. You just, after you play it for a little while, you kind of get hooked because you want to like beat your previous score and everything like that. So, yeah, that's a fun game. It's free. And yeah.
Yeah,
so
it's really good.
That's Router in a nutshell. Over to you, Mr. Patillo.
The kitchen.
Yes.
Yeah, how's that coming?
Anyway, you want to do the update? I'm just kidding. It's coming fine. I think we're in the home stretch.
Good.
So we've got like the bottom cabinets are done. We just got to finish the top cabinets.
And you like it. That's the part I was nervous for. It's like if Jenny goes, I don't know.
Exactly.
I probably would have
which she's done that before.
Yes.
Oh,
so, no. Yeah. And when she does that, she's painting by herself. But yeah, so the kitchen is almost done, and I'm really happy. The countertops get put in May, so then it'll really be finished. So we're happy about that. And
that's a labor of love, boy.
Yeah, man, it's been a lot of work. And then I finally found out an easy way to like print and pay for postage at home. There's a lot of like companies that do it, but I had no idea you could do it through PayPal. And
yeah, buddy.
And so I had no idea about that. And so I freaking knocked out all the giveaways, and I had some Valve giveaway stuff that I still hadn't sent out. So everybody's stuff is in the mail and on its way to you. So that's good. Thanks for being patient.
There's like a special link you have to use. Did you do that?
I don't know what that means.
Okay.
It's too early.
You probably don't have to. Every time I used to use I've been using PayPal for shipping for like 8 years or something like that. There was like a special link you had to use. I didn't know that if they still had that.
It's a secret club.
It was secret because, they want you to get stamps.com. They don't want you to just use PayPal.
Yeah, because
it's free.
Yeah. I went to stamps.com at first, and I had no idea that was a monthly fee. I was like,
it's
no
like
thanks.
$20 a month or something crazy.
Yeah,
wow.
It's for companies. For sure.
That's a lot of shipping.
Yeah.
Oh man, speaking of giveaways, Noah, I still owe you a Dragon Age 2. It's still in my bag. I grabbed the game when I was upstairs, threw it in my bag, knowing that I've got to go to the post office. So I will send that to you this week.
Noah's gonna have a good May. He's the one who won last week.
Yeah.
Just so happens.
What?
Isn't that crazy? Well, because when
nuts.
Tim did his Dragon Age 2 thing, you just picked somebody. It was like only a couple people emailed him anyway.
All they had to do is email mailbag at Married to the Games, and I just grabbed somebody.
He actually ended up being the random winner for the Twitter.
That's awesome.
Thing last
Holy
week.
Crap.
And
He should play the Powerball or something.
Yeah, he needs to.
I know that's right. I keep telling there's a guy named Ray that listens to the show, and he's like the luckiest guy on the earth. And so I keep telling him to play the Lotto, I don't think he's won yet. But and then we're giving away NBA Live 14 for the X-Bone today. So that'll be fun. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Easter was good. Everything else is regular. I got to play some Second Son yesterday. Stancil got on there. And it's really cool when Stancil gets on because the people that join the Twitch feed get to talk to him and ask him questions. So they were asking him questions about the game and stuff like that. It was really cool.
Yeah,
to see him talk about that stuff.
It was pretty cool because I jumped on real quick when I saw I get an email alert when you pop on. I'm like, oh, let me just go see what he's doing. And he was just like, man, I just enjoy watching this. I like watching other people play because you bury your head in it for so long, and it's nice to kind of come out of that element and just look down on it and see how people are playing the game. So it's cool.
Router.
Yo, buddy.
You got it?
I got it.
Let's do it.
That was the saddest Let's Do It I've ever heard.
I'm so tired. If this is your first podcast that you're listening to from us, I'm so sorry. It usually doesn't.
Go back and
it usually doesn't feel like this.
You're holding it down, man. Don't worry.
Go back and listen to episode 1, and you'll hear a young, aspiring Gabe.
That's right. And now you just hear an old,
salty,
cranky Gabe. Kids, get off my lawn.
Yeah, seriously.
All right, let's do this. New releases for this week. Not a ton, but some good stuff. Putty Squad is being released for the Vita and the PS4. Hey, here's one that I'm actually very excited for. Octodad, Dadliest Catch is released this week for the PS4.
That looks so freaking fun.
I want to play that only because I don't get it. I'm like, what is going on with this game?
I don't know.
You got to stream that one.
Yeah, I saw it at E3 and I was like, that looks interesting. And this is Sony's push for indie games now. So let's see what happens.
And it's literally you as an octopus trying to pass as a human.
Yep.
That's the game.
That's the game.
And the physics look crazy.
It says Octodad is a third-person adventure game about destruction, deception, and fatherhood. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
A couple others. Cell Damage for HD.
Oh, yeah, that looks cool.
Cell Damage HD for the PS4, PS3, and Vita.
Yeah, that looks cool.
Vita owners, you'll be happy to know Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 1 is now out for the Vita.
That's right.
So they finally released Season 2 on the Vita. And for Xbox 360... Batman Arkham Origins. I swear I cannot do it. Batman Arkham Origins. I have so much problems with that. Screw it. Batman Arkham Origins Cold Heart. I believe that's a DLC that's coming out this week. So not a ton of activity going on, but there you have it. And then let's move on to the top selling games. This is week ending April 12th. This is brick and mortar games, and this is for U.S. charts only, just so everybody knows. I always like to put that disclaimer on. Number 10, Call of Duty Ghost for the PS3. Number 9, MLB The Show for the PS3.
Oh.
Number 8, Elder Scrolls Online. PC game stays in the top 10.
Nice.
Number 7, Call of Duty Ghost for the 360.
What's going on?
I don't know.
Call of Duty.
Number 6, Lego, The Hobbit for the Xbox 360. Number 5, Minecraft for the Xbox 360. I always say that with such bitterness, and I probably shouldn't because it's a huge game.
It is a huge game.
I just don't get it. Number 4, Infamous Second Son for the PS4.
Oh, nice.
Holds in the top 5. Number 3, Kinect Sports Rivals for the Xbox One debuts at number 3. Number 2,
wow,
Titanfall for the Xbox One.
Ooh.
Which means the number 1 game this week. Titanfall for the 360, baby.
Wow, good.
I knew it.
Nice.
I knew that was going to happen. I bet a lot of those old 360 buyers came out in droves to get.
That's
Titanfall,
right.
so.
There's so many more 360s out there. I knew that was going to be a big hit.
That's exactly right. Yeah, it did. Just to give you perspective, so the Xbox 360 version in its debut sold 253,000 units. The number 2 spot for Titanfall for the Xbox One sold 81,000 units. So it nearly tripled.
That's interesting. What do you know what the numbers were for Titanfall on Xbox One when it came out?
When it first, I don't have them with me. No.
Okay, it probably did better than the 360 at least when it came out.
I'm almost positive that you're right.
Yeah.
So yeah, very interesting. You know what? While we're talking about other news, I'll fact check that because I'm actually curious because I can go back in the charts and see. But yeah, so there you have it, man. There's your new releases in your top 10 for this week.
Nice. Hall, give us something, Jack.
What is going on at Naughty Dog?
What is going on at Naughty Dog?
Is it spring cleaning? Is that what they're doing?
I have no idea. I mean, people are voluntarily leaving. So the latest guy to leave, Nathan Wells, not related to Evan Wells of Naughty Dog, but Nathan Wells, he left for the Unfinished Swan developer. He was only with the company for about 2 years, and he spent 10 months working on The Last of Us. He was the lead artist.
Wow. That was our boy Brandon Scott, by the way, from The Last of Us that introed the show. Brandon Scott, you're a freaking pimp. Thanks for doing that. Giving a shout out. He doesn't listen to the show, but
he's not listening right now. That's for sure. Fact check. So Titanfall debuted actually way better on the Xbox One. It debuted with 902,000 units.
Oh my gosh,
that makes sense.
So it came out kind of guns blazing.
Yeah, not kinda.
But yeah, what the heck is going on at Naughty Dog? Somebody had posted on the forum too that like one of the voices left too or something.
Yeah,
like one of the voices just quit.
But yeah, like in the middle of something, like because it's not like when you're a voice guy, you're like, I work for Naughty Dog. You know what I'm saying?
No,
right,
you do a lot of stuff, but I saw that too.
I wonder if because of their success, there's been a lot of stuff that they hadn't addressed because they were just working on these projects, and now they're doing some serious spring cleaning. A lot of it is people are just leaving anyway. Who knows, man?
I think it's people leaving because the project doesn't seem to be done.
Yeah.
I think, were they shooting for a holiday 2014 release for the new Uncharted game?
I mean, that's what we were all speculated that it.
Yeah,
it
I think that's what everybody was predicting.
Christmas time.
Yeah, because I'm starting to think that's not going to happen.
Yeah,
now.
But you know what though? Besides the teaser trailer and a few things here or there of people leaving and whatnot, we haven't heard anything about Uncharted. There's been no activity. Maybe they're waiting until E3.
For sure.
But there's been nothing said about this game, so everybody can speculate all they want. They may have it done, and we just don't know.
That's true. I mean, they could be pretty far on it because there were some big people that left. The writer, obviously, Amy Hennig, which we had mentioned a few weeks ago, and the game director, Justin Richmond.
Yeah.
Both important people in that process.
The only thing I'm praying didn't happen is that, like, you know how, and Router, I don't know if you felt this, but like working in the music business, sometimes when somebody does well, they tend to feel themselves a little bit and forget how they got there. If that makes sense. So I'll put it this way. Say there's an artist who's coming out and they do their first album. They're doing their first album. They had their whole life to write it. They're like getting put under a bunch of people's wing and they're like, oh yeah, I want to write this and blah, 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 blah. And then the first album does good or great. And then the second album comes around and they want to write it all by themselves.
Sophomore slump, baby.
Slump. And so it seems like Naughty Dog's had enough success that they would know not to do that, or they would have already gone through that. I just hope that that's not what's happening.
Well, I think they're just on the spotlight again because of The Last of Us. Like, there's just a big. It's not a target, but there's just a big spotlight on them right now because everybody wants to know what they're coming out with next, and that could put a lot of pressure on a company, and things get either rushed or things they start to panic about, oh crap, we've got to do this, this, and this.
Yeah,
and there may be mistakes made, and I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm hoping it's just a company restructure, a spring cleaning kind of a thing. But if top people are leaving like that, that's not good to me.
Yeah, that to me doesn't sound like a restructuring. It kind of sounds similar to what Gabe had mentioned, except that I think that when people get into this business, like it's kind of like a lot of other businesses where you get in and you say, well, one of these days I'm going to have complete freedom and I'm going to, have creative control over my job, where those people were working for Naughty Dog as employees of a corp, of Sony, basically. So they probably didn't have the creative control that they wanted, where they've already established themselves. So now other companies say, hey, come work for us and you can do whatever the heck you want to do. Like,
yeah,
we'll give
that's
you
true.
creative freedom.
Could be.
That's an interesting point.
And that's kind of similar to the music industry, where an artist rises to a point where they either say, I'm just going to, get with a distribution company instead of a label, or, I'll be my own label because I can.
Yeah.
Or, they go to a label that gives them whatever they want.
Right. Exactly. Huh. Well, that's weird.
That's what it seems like to me. Like, Amy has a history of good games. All of the Uncharted games were good. So I think that EA was looking for somebody to pen the Star Wars game, because they don't want to screw that up.
No, they can't screw that up.
That's
they
important.
screw that up, they're buried. I mean, it's EA. They're so huge,
yeah.
but
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, can we recap? Like, all right, so who's left? We've had the writer, Amy, who's the writer for the Uncharted series. All three of them so far, right?
Yep.
And then who else?
Justin Richmond, who I guess was the game director on 4. I don't know if he was like the game director for the other games in the series, but he at least was for 4.
Wait, Uncharted 4 or for?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's a weird tossing that's going on over there for sure.
Yeah, I don't know what's up.
Time will tell.
It's making me nervous just because I want to see them continue to make good games.
Right.
I mean,
I agree.
You always get this feeling that, they've released many good games, at least this last gen. They haven't released anything this gen yet, but this last gen, like, all of their games were hits.
I mean, phenomenal games.
There may be that one game that's like, and I'm hoping that doesn't happen.
I mean, if you think about it, there really hasn't been a weak game, right? I mean, they've all been super strong.
I mean, I liked the Crash Bandicoot games, back on the PS1. And I never really played the Jak and Daxter games, but those were always rated really well.
Yeah.
So I don't think they've ever really had a game that just didn't do well, score-wise.
The one thing I'll say, like, if everything isn't coming together, at least say something or make an announcement about the delay of the game. The one thing I do appreciate...
Go ahead and delay it.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, one of the things that I appreciate about Ubisoft, as sucky as it was, is when Watch Dogs was supposed to come out, they went ahead and be like, you know what? We got to redo this. And they took the hit for that because
it's not ready.
I know Ubisoft wanted to get another title out for their 2013, but I'm more excited for that game now because they're taking more time. Now it really has to perform well, and it has to,
that's true.
There will be some pressure on them because they've delayed it for so long. But I appreciate the fact that they did that because they don't want to put out a subpar product, and that to me is fine. I accept that.
Well, I'll tell you that kind of moves into our next thing that I was going to bring up was, they're getting it into the hands of the people.
Yeah.
Watch Dogs comes out on the 27th of May, and people are starting to play it, and people are loving it.
Yes.
And so they're saying it's very cool, that there's a lot of smart things they did. And a lot of people are talking about the opening, and just how you're introduced to the game. And it's gotten me really excited. So it's going to be,
I can't wait.
A hard decision. That comes out on the 27th. Mario Kart 8 comes out on the 30th. So I have no idea what I'm going to be doing at the end of May.
Yeah. Yeah,
but I can't wait to have that problem, baby.
I know, right? I thought of that too, but man, I think you could go back and forth, right? Because they're two completely different games. I mean, Gabe, you and I will be karting, whenever we can, because now that their servers are back up, we'll be able to play together.
Oh yeah.
So I mean it's different. Like those two games are two completely different games. That with Mario Kart, you can kind of pick up and then put down pretty quickly. I think with Watch Dogs, you want to spend more time with it because it's a campaign.
You know what's weird though? I tend to binge play Mario Kart.
Do you really?
Oh, just because I love it so much. It's just so much fun to me. Yeah, so I end up sitting there for forever. That. You know what I mean? And just playing it. Anyway, I know we mentioned The Walking Dead Season 2 coming to Vita, and it looks like The Walking Dead Season 1 Game of the Year edition will be coming to the Xbone and the PS4.
Nice.
Yep. We properly predicted that one.
Yeah, that was
we did.
Great.
And it looks like maybe as early as June. But I didn't see any word on Season 2, why would they talk about that yet? Season 1's not out yet. What do you guys think?
Right.
Did you see that listing popped up on GameStop's website?
Yeah, is that whose website that was? I forgot.
Yeah, and it says June 17th.
Mm-hmm.
I hope with the next gen consoles, I hope it fixes that frame rate issue, because I had some frame rate issues for Season 1 of Walking Dead, and I'm having a little bit more on Season 2.
Oh my gosh, Season 2 is just all over the place, especially when it's doing those cutscenes.
Yeah, it's
really
it's riddled with lag, and it's like, oh, come on.
Shoot. Doggone it. And it will be coming with 400 days, just in case people were wondering. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Hall, give us something else.
Did you see that Sony Pictures registered BioShock movie domains?
No way.
Yep.
Okay.
That could be scary.
Of course, they're just placeholders in case
of course
they do the movie, but it's BioShock-movie.com, BioShock-movie.net, bio-shock.net. There's probably a bunch more, but
basically that could be interesting. I mean,
yeah, this is interesting to me because they could do a whole different, like, they don't have to do Rapture, Columbia. They could do just a completely new story and call it BioShock.
That's what I was going to say.
Kind of like how they did, Need for Speed. It could have been anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like BioShock, you just got to put the main elements in there. Make it, turn and twist at the end.
Yeah.
Maybe put Big Daddies in there.
Oh, I don't want Big Daddies to be in there. I want them to slowly make their way. That's like if the first X-Men would have had the Sentinels in it. I'd be like, okay, like work me into this thing. Let me love it, and then bring the Sentinels.
Okay, I see.
Just because they could look ridiculous. The Big Daddies, you know what I'm saying? Depending on what kind of movie it is, it's probably going to be some live action. It's not, maybe it'll be all CG. I have no idea.
I doubt it.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, they do it live action because they'd want adults to know the movie was for them.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's nice. On the 21st of this week, April 21st, the Game Boy turned 25.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, man. It came out on April 21st, 1989, for those that can't do quick math in their head like me. And they said in the culmination of all of them, because, there's a lot of Game Boy Pocket, Game Boy Advance.
Game Boy Color.
They said there's about 118 million of them out in the wild.
Wow.
That's a bunch. And its most popular game was Tetris and can you guess the other one?
Super Mario Land.
Pokemon Red and Blue.
Oh, yeah, of course. A lot of people don't realize that debuted on the original Game Boy.
Boom, baby.
Like, I mean, I know the Game Boy Pocket was out at the time, but still, it's like that was an OG Game Boy game.
Yep. I love that.
Tetris on a Game Boy. That's That's awesome.
That's where it was at, man.
Yeah, that's exactly that's where it all started.
That's pretty much where it got popularized in the United States. Like all Game Boys came with it, I'm pretty sure at the time.
Yeah. Hall, give us something.
Speaking of numbers, Assassin's Creed, the entire franchise, has sold 73 million copies.
Wow. That's a lot.
I thought that was pretty interesting. And it has beaten out, it's beaten out Just Dance by a lot, but basically you've got Assassin's Creed at 73 million, Just Dance at 48 million.
Oh, that's not even close.
That's a big gap.
Yeah. And Just Dance is a hot selling game.
Are those the highest selling franchises? Is that what you're saying?
These are the highest selling franchises from Ubisoft, but
oh, gotcha.
I don't know how they compare in number. Like I'm sure that Mario or somebody has surpassed
that's true.
them
Yeah.
by far.
Yeah.
But this was just interesting to note. 73 million copies of something. A AAA game will come out and sell like 4 million, or 5 million.
Well, remember Tomb Raider came out, sold 3 million, and that was considered a failure. Well, not a failure, but it was lackluster.
Right.
It's like, wow,
That's
really?
Crazy.
3 million units. That's still 3 million units that you didn't have before.
It's like Alanis Morissette's second album. They were like,
I want you to know.
They're like, yeah, but it's not the 36 million you sold on the first album.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my god.
Sophomore slump, baby. Sophomore slump.
She was never going to live up to the first album.
Nope.
Do you just like quit? Like we sell that many, you're like, anyway, I'm going home. See you guys. I'm going to go buy an island.
She must be so tired of singing You Ought to Know by now. Can you imagine? Like, Gabe, do you feel that way sometimes when you're on stage, or is it just kind of a job and you go through the motions and you do the songs? Because I think if I wrote a song after the first year, I'd just be like, you ought to know.
Isn't it ironic?
Wasn't that You Ought to Know, just as a sidestep, wasn't that song written about Dave Coulier?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
From Full House, because they dated. I thought that was
it was
funny.
about somebody, that's for sure.
Yeah, that whole album was
I'm
about
pretty
somebody.
sure it was about him. I'd have to.
I'm glad it wasn't me. That's all I can say.
I have to go look it up again. But basically, he was like, "Yeah, that song's about me."
He came out and owned it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, Timmy, the stage is fun. So doing the song for me, doing the songs, that's not when it gets repetitive. It's thinking about doing the songs. You're like, oh man, we got to go sing XYZ song.
Right. Some take more energy than others.
Yeah, but once you get up there, you're like, yay, this is fun.
Yeah, exactly. Hall, I was curious did they break it down within the Assassin's Creed franchise as to which one was the bigger seller? And Gabe, have you finished 4 yet?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good.
I beat it. I just haven't gone and liberated everything.
No, that's okay. So you after a while you mainlined it and went from there.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they didn't break it down by game, but I just thought that was interesting because that series has only been out since like 2007.
Yeah, but they put one out every year.
Yep.
Crazy.
If you add up all the Tom Clancy's games, they've sold more. What is it?
Oh, well, those have been around for a lot longer too.
Yeah, that's like 81 million if you add up all the Tom Clancy games.
Oh, wow.
Rainbow Six.
Yeah, they've been around a lot longer though. So,
Japan on September 4th is getting the Xbox One, y'all.
Wow.
Yep.
Isn't that crazy how long that's taking?
A little bit. I mean, the 360 basically disappeared there. Like,
yeah. I mean,
apparently it's hard to find.
You're kind of going into the belly of the beast, though.
Sony's run that thing for a minute.
Yeah, and I know Microsoft
and
is probably
Nintendo.
just like, we're just going to throw it out there and see what Japan is probably the last market that they really care about because they kind of don't have a prayer. But I'm curious to see if, because there's more of that TV element and kind of all encompassing entertainment element, whether or not Japan will grab hold of that. I kind of have a feeling that they will because they do love TV and movies and entertainment. And because Microsoft has always pitched the Xbox One as kind of an all-in-one deal. Oh, and you can play games too. I wonder if that's going to resonate.
They better put a karaoke game out.
They do that, man. They've got it. Number one.
Oh, I think they already have that out on the 360.
Yeah.
So unlike the American launch, these jokers are going to have an amazing launch. We had some okay games, but they're going to have Titanfall, Kingdom Hearts 3, Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare, Final Fantasy 15, Tomb Raider. I mean, their launch is going to look nothing like our launch here in America.
Gosh, imagine if we would have had that launch.
Oh, I mean, Kingdom Hearts, Plants vs. Zombies, Final Fantasy. Oh, trust me, I would have almost and I know that Kingdom Hearts is an exclusive, but I can't wait for that game to come out. You have anything else, Hall?
Yeah, one more thing. Did you guys hear about the Amazing Spider-Man 2 being quote unquote canceled on Xbox One?
Yeah, I did hear about that.
It may actually be canceled.
Yes, pushed back indefinitely, they said.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that means.
If they actually did all the work and that game is done, they have got to release that game.
Yeah, they can't.
There is no way.
Unless it's another ET. And
it's like millions and millions of
ET.
dollars spent on development.
Yeah.
Well, and it has to it is a marketing tool for the movie too, so they want to sync it so that it's close to the release date of the movie.
Yeah.
If they can.
Yeah. Well, and the thing about Spider-Man games too, and this is almost a pun, if you will, but they kind of have long legs.
Well played.
Oh, I see what you did there.
So basically, yeah, they sell a lot at the release of the movie, and then that first game just kind of had a long lifespan. People were still buying it.
It really did.
Because it's a Spider-Man game.
And then was it the second one that really took off and was really fun? One of them was really fun.
Oh, Spider-Man 2 was awesome. I still own that.
Yeah, I thought that was the one. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good game. So the original Spider-Man 2, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 2.
Right, exactly.
I haven't seen any of the new movies. I don't think I will.
I don't either.
They're good. The guy's a little cool for me for
sure
Peter Parker, but it's fine.
It's a little weird.
Yeah, I'm with you. Back to some numbers, which I thought was really interesting. The Wii U is now as old as the Dreamcast was when the Dreamcast was discontinued.
Oh, wow.
But the Dreamcast has outsold the Wii U by double.
Oh, poor Nintendo.
Okay, so here's the numbers. So the Dreamcast came out in 99 and in March of 2001 was discontinued and had sold 10.6 million units.
Wow.
And it had come out in Japan a year earlier, and Japan counted for 2.8 million out of those 10.6. But the Wii U I don't know when the Wii U actually came out, but as of December, had only sold 5.86 million units.
Oh, man.
So it's interesting to see the power of Nintendo to hold on. I mean, Sega was losing money left and right selling that many units. You know what I'm saying? They were just bleeding money.
Yeah.
And
but that sucks because the Dreamcast had way more games.
Dude, the Dreamcast was an awesome system. I think the Dreamcast was the Family Guy of video games. Where Family Guy,
it died in early death.
Yeah, where Family Guy came out and people didn't get it. They were like, "This isn't funny," and people called it before its time, and they, and then it cancels, and then it goes on to set the record for highest TV to DVD sales ever of a series, and so they bring it back. Now, I wish they could bring the Dreamcast back, but I thought the Dreamcast was an incredible console. It didn't connect here for some reason.
Well, I mean, it also had the PS2 looming over its head,
which was an incredible system.
Yeah, people were like, "Nah, I'm just going to wait for the PS2." That's what happened.
Golly. They were still mad at Sewer Shark. They were like, "They're not going to get me again on a disc-based system."
Nintendo still has a lot of money to burn.
Oh, so,
yeah. This is nothing. And I expect that Wii U sales are going to skyrocket after Mario Kart. In fact, I overheard a family at Target, the dad was actually saying, "Oh yeah, Mario Kart 8's coming out." And so I'm like, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of those units sold.
Yeah. Nice.
Which is good.
Hall, you got anything else? Was that it?
Nope, that's it.
Nice. Well, you guys know where to find us. marriedtothegames.com. You guys come check out the Trophy Wars. It's going to be on and popping. People are signing up left and right. It's going to be fun. There will be prizes. The podcast, the cast of the podcast is having a meeting today. We're going to be discussing all things Married to the Games, and that will definitely be on the docket. And thank you guys so much for listening. We ask you guys a question as well each week. We asked you guys last week what age games really grabbed you, or what age you started gaming. Starting with the forums, Simon198 said, an interesting question for me because as I'm 53, I was considerably older than you guys when I got into gaming, mainly because gaming wasn't a thing back then.
Oh, wow.
I bought my first PC back in 1989, but it wasn't until Doom came out in 93 that my love for video games started. So I suppose you could say I was 32 when I started video gaming.
Late bloomer like me.
Yeah. Brian Beck from the forum said 1983, Christmas morning, Atari 2600. Enough
Nice.
said. Yep. Jace Plays Games says I'm 26, so somewhere around there. So I'm guessing he's just getting into it. Moving over to Twitter, Ryan Cromer at rcromer5 said I was hooked after up, up, down, down, left, right, select, start.
Yes.
Dropped hours into Contra. That was the Konami code. That was not just for Contra.
Dude, that is like that's pop culture now. Like everybody knows that code.
I love that. Nathan at Sith Nightmare from Twitter said, first game I remember playing was Darkwing Duck on either the NES or SNES. We rented the console one summer and was hooked. I love that. I remember the Darkwing Duck game. I freaking loved that cartoon too. When you're in trouble, you could call DW. Darkwing Duck. Anyway, Philip Roberts at Home Skillet LV said, when I was 12, I got an N64 and Mario 64 changed the way I game. Had NES, had SNES, and had a Sega Genesis, but the 64 really hit me, and he hasn't looked back since. So thank you guys so much for answering our question. We'll obviously have a question at the end of this podcast as well that you guys can answer, but we just love hearing from you guys and love communicating with you guys that way. It's so much fun for us to see what you guys say because we get a bunch of answers. I just like choose 3 from Twitter and 3 from the forums usually, but you guys should go check it out. It's awesome to see what these guys are doing. Also, we're giving away NBA Live 14, sponsored by The Score. Go check them out, thescoreonline.com. On Twitter, they are at Score Online. They're starting to get their online store up, so they're going to have great deals on there. One of the things I love that they do is when a new game comes out, they always sell it for $1 less than everywhere else. It's going to be $58.99 over there instead of $59.99 usually. And the winner for this week is Mike Pickle at Pickle Mike on Twitter. So
I like that.
Mike, hit me up, Gabe at marriedtothegames.com or mailbag at marriedtothegames.com, and we will send that out to you. And since I know how to mail from the house now, it makes it a lot easier because I hate going to the post office.
And that's why you should use stamps.com. Sponsor of the show.
Exactly. Go to stamps.com and up in the top right, click that microphone and enter Married to the Games. Nothing will happen.
Absolutely nothing.
But you can still
get
do it.
0 discount.
You'll get you'll get whatever discount they've got running.
Go to audible.com, keyword Gabe.
Let's just throw out a bunch of sites with keywords and see if people go to it.
And for all your website needs, go to squarespace.com/MTTG.
Yeah.
And you'll probably get a 404 error.
Exactly.
This podcast is brought to you by Scion. For 75 years now, Scion has been. I'm just kidding. That's my Ira Glass from This American Life.
So if you're ever in Nashville, come on down to Beeman Auto.
All right, now we're just getting crazy.
Married to the Games.
It's getting a little out
Sponsored by Staples. That was easy.
Beeman Auto.
Oh my gosh.
Have any plumbing problems? Just go to Roto-Rooter and type in MTDG.
Yeah, having air conditioning
Call
problems.
a happy face truck.
Yeah. Hiller. Oh my gosh.
A few inside ones there.
Yeah.
Oh boy! All right.
Yeah, it's all good. I think we're good.
Oh shoot! I was trying to remember what I can't remember the song.
I knew you were. There's like that dead quiet. And I'm like, someone's thinking of something.
I know. I was trying to think of that. Was it 3A2300 Empire?
Yep.
The flooring
awesome.
place.
Well, I did mention some home stuff. So
Exactly.
Yeah. You're gonna need it.
the next time you're looking for granite countertop, come to the Home Depot.
Yeah.
Get it done. Let's do this.
Like playing games and getting your food fast. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. McDonald's. Tell them Married to the Game sent you.
And you'll get and you'll receive nothing.
And they'll say, who?
They'll say, Married to the who?
And they'll say who. Oh
Yeah,
my
that's
gosh. That's so funny. I love commercials. You know, it's funny growing up. This is a way side note. Commercials and theme songs were some of my favorite music ever because being somebody who likes to be on stage and music and stuff like that, it was so interesting for me to hear somebody try to put all their creativity into 30 seconds. And I love television theme songs, and I have like a folder of them on my computer. No joke.
That's great, man.
Of just theme songs from old television shows, because people don't care about theme songs anymore for whatever reason. You know, it's not like you're in the kitchen and you hear in the background like choo 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 and you're like, oh snap, you know, whatever show that is, Full House is on or whatever.
Yeah,
it
now
was.
they're all like they're even quicker. They're more like 5-10 seconds and you're done.
Yeah, they're like bong bong.
Yeah, it's just like show the title and it's like last week on blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or previously on blah.
Lost. That was Lost theme song, was just that crazy. Anyway, it's a rare condition this day and age. Oh, Family Matters. Anyway.
Yep.
All right. Let's get into some questions.
Step by step.
This is all going apart really fast. All right, let's get into some questions. What do you say?
Yes.
We got an email from Mike from Milwaukee. I'm not sure if the Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle reboot has been on your radar. It has.
Of course it has.
Apologize. I apologize if you have ever mentioned on the show, as I listen to a bunch of related podcasts and can't keep track. I hear you. But I mention it because one of the newest villains introduced this season is Tigerclaw. Woohoo!
What?
Yes.
That's
awesome.
Is what I'm talking about.
And that is also plagiarism.
Yes. I need to copyright that. I need to lock that down.
Exactly.
Anyway, this leads me to my question. If a character based off of you or some quasi alter ego could be put into any game, TV show, etc., what would you want it to be in? Also, would you want any unique characteristics such as a superpower, like the kind where you can be allergic to everything and still take on the world to be part of the character? I love the show. Keep up the great work. Game on. Thanks, Mike. That's awesome.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah. You know, did we ever establish what Tigerclaw's powers were? Was it that I'm just allergic to everything and I shoot pollen from my wrist or something?
I don't know if you ever had any powers or just a bunch of weaknesses.
I think Tigerclaw has more weaknesses than powers. It's like you throw a flower up in my face, I'm like, I'm done, I surrender.
Exactly.
I honestly think like Tigerclaw would be like, because I was thinking about this for the Reluctant Multitasker. I think that both Tigerclaw and the Reluctant Multitasker would be good villains on the Tick show.
Yeah,
you remember?
Yeah, the Tick. Yeah, that's a great idea.
That's funny.
love
They'd be great villains on like a show like that, or even just superheroes. Like, the Tigerclaw is allergic to everything, and the Reluctant Multitasker's like, okay, I'll get it done, but I really don't want to.
He has to go to the fridge and scratch out one thing off the to-do list, one thing at a time.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not doing these at the same time.
That's right.
Yeah, come on.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know. I think for me, Tigerclaw would be great. That's my username for all new games going forward, by the way.
That's incredible.
So I don't know. Somebody come up with my power. I have no idea. I don't know what my power would be.
Yeah, the community can come up with some good stuff. We let you have the power of who Tigerclaw should be.
Yeah, what superpower I should have.
You could have been one of the Thundercats.
That's exactly right.
That's true.
That is for sure.
He's just in the background.
They'd all be like roaring, and you'd be like, meow.
Yeah.
No, he's the one that's always waiting for when they get home. Everybody's like, oh, man, that was a tough battle. He's like, hey, Chitara.
Where you been?
What up, girl?
Boy, that was a really tough dinner I just cooked there. Come on.
That's right. Yeah. I don't know, guys. What else you got? Gabe, what would your quasi alter ego be if you wanted to be in any type of a game?
Oh man, I would a power.
Would you be like the Black Assassin or something?
That's the African American assassin. Thank you very much.
Forgive me. Or how about the Chocolate Assassin? Chocolate. Ooh, Chocolate Thunder. There you go.
The
Bring
chocolate.
it home, baby.
I'll definitely. It's one thing I've been telling people I am lately. Like if I do something that's like even halfway cool, I call myself the Chubby Ninja. And so I'd probably be the Chubby Ninja.
I like that, dude.
There you go.
That's good.
I want to be the guy that doesn't look like he can get it done, but he can get it done.
That's your superpowers you can get things done in disguise.
I get things done when it doesn't seem like I should be able to get that done. Be like, oh my gosh, he really actually chased down that guy. I would have never thought.
Dude, your superpower is low expectations.
Exactly. It's because it kind of comes from the fact that I'm fat. This is only what people have said. They say I'm faster than I seem. They're like, I had to race somebody a couple weeks ago and I won, and they're like, man, you're a lot faster than you look. I was like, how do I take that?
Yeah. Right. Oh, that's good.
The Chubby Ninja for me.
Are you sticking with the Reluctant Multitasker?
Yeah, man, the Reluctant Multitasker.
I love that.
On the tick.
That's
seriously, they could revive that show with all these ideas we're coming up with.
Yeah, this is gold, people. This is gold.
That's so funny.
But if there's a Ninja Turtles episode with Chubby Ninja, I'm just going to
We know that they're listening and they're stealing from us.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
We need to copyright all this. This is awesome. Great question.
I mean, I could totally see it. There's a guy that really wants to help them out, and his name is Chubby Ninja.
Yeah, the Chubby Ninja.
That's his superhero.
Yeah, and he has it on his chest.
That's right.
Exactly.
TCN.
That's it. I gotta get a shirt made now with it. Oh, good question, Mike. Thanks for that, and thanks for the love. And
yeah,
for
man,
the
we
comments.
appreciate it.
We appreciate it. Moving on to Facebook, our boy Paolo from Brazil. He's always on Facebook and hooking us up with something. He's got one this week. If you could pick a new power for Delsin in Infamous Second Son to have on a DLC pack, what kind of power would that be? Now, we shouldn't spoil anything with, if you haven't finished the game yet, which I'm sure most people have by now.
But I haven't.
Yeah, and I haven't finished it. I haven't
played it. So.
Yeah, and Hall hasn't even played it. So let's not go any.
But you do assume from seeing the commercials that that he does smoke and that he does neon. So those two things at least
people
are out
have been
there.
talking about it on other shows too, I'm sure.
Yeah. So let's see. What would another power be?
I actually have no. I'm gonna revert back to Captain Planet. And just any of those.
Nice.
Earth, fire, wind, water, heart, go Delsin.
There you go.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Speaking of theme songs.
That's my answer.
So basically run the whole gamut.
Yeah, maybe not heart.
Yeah, let's not do heart.
I was always confused as to what his power was.
What? Does he just love on you? Is that what he does?
Everybody else is an element, and that guy's like, oh man, heart.
He got screwed.
Yeah, he did. I hope people listen all the way through this podcast. This has been fun.
What other power?
Yeah.
Invisibility.
Oh, that's a good one.
That could be cool. Because then he could go around and just...
You know, it's funny. I was thinking about that the other day for some reason when I was in my car about being like, because I used to always want to be invisible as a kid.
Oh, who doesn't?
Or like, and then, Wonder Woman had that invisible plane.
Oh, yeah.
That would be a huge pain. You'd get hit all the time.
I know. Her insurance must be crazy.
Exactly.
Crazy premiums going on.
Yeah, you don't even know to look out for you. If you're invisible and you're crossing the street, like what makes people break?
Yeah. They wouldn't.
They would. You just get hit.
You just get hit. You would be responsible for watching out what's going on, not them.
You could just wear clothes, so you could be floating clothes.
There you go.
Oh, okay, there you go. See, I always figured I'd have clothes on, even though I was invisible. Not like have to be naked to be invisible.
It'd be like Harry Potter.
Yeah.
It's like Harry Potter and the Invisible Cloak.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, okay. Good question. Hall, I'm sorry. Did you have one?
No.
A new power? Okay. Well,
No.
you haven't played it yet, but that's
No.
okay. Let's move on to Twitter. Chris Schultz at NVSchultz1325. What is everyone's dream man cave setup?
Ooh,
Hall, you're about.
I'm about to find out.
Yeah, you're about to find out, brother.
yeah, Hall's like something without mold, please, no mold.
Yeah.
Yes.
I kind of like my little setup because my setup is upstairs in a loft, and nobody really goes up there but me, which is great. And I just have my nice 43-inch TV and my game consoles, and I'm good. I don't need all the fancy surround sound or anything like that. I'm a pretty simple person. But man, if having my Pulse Elites and my game console and a nice big flat screen TV is all I need.
I'm not like Tim Router in this instance. If I could just have the perfect setup, I need that doggone HD projection screen going on. I want it shooting from over my head onto a wall, and it measure about 96 inches.
Nice.
And I want the whole surround sound for my man
You want
cave.
everything.
Yeah,
Everything.
I mean, I have surround sound now, but I never get to use it because I always game during nap time.
Right.
But I love cranking it and being immersed in that way. And I love the Pulse Elites, don't get me wrong, but I love feeling it, feeling the bass, just rumble through the house. Oh, when Jenny has to go somewhere and take the baby, I play video games so loud, it's ridiculous.
That's great, man.
I turn it up to 11.
Nice.
Hall?
Honestly, my dream room would be to just have a studio. So
nice.
Be different.
That could become a reality.
Mastering studio or something like that. And I'm actually talking with a person that builds desks right now to get a custom desk for my office and stuff. So
that's great, man. It's a good idea.
What sucks is that since we're going to have a guest bedroom, I'm going to have all of that in one room. So I'm going to have a little, mastering setup, and then have a couch and a TV, and just figure out how to get that in a 10 by 10 room. So we'll figure that out.
Yeah, you will. We believe in you.
That's right. All right,
Good
moving
question.
on. Michael Guthrie at Calmed Fury. What TV shows have your wives binged watched that you begrudgingly get into? My wife is halfway through Seventh Heaven. Oh,
Lord.
Hashtag why do I watch? Amen to that. Seventh Heaven. Oofa. I'm sorry, man. You must really, man, you're a good husband, man. You love your wife.
Yeah, you do.
Big time. That's awesome. TV show binge watch. We don't have time to really binge watch that much, but I will say this: when Piper was first born and Lauren we were at home most of the time for the first month and a half. Man, she watched so much doggone HGTV.
I knew you were going to say
driving me insane because I would work down on the kitchen table, that way Piper's there, and she would just be on the couch or whatever. And man, it was just on all day. And I'm like, how many times are these people going to pick the wrong houses, or how many times are these people going to do this, that, and the other thing? And it was just and I ended up starting to hum or tune some of the songs for the intros to some of these HGTV shows. And I'm like, oh, this is not good.
Of course you did.
Oh boy.
But yeah, so I think for me, it would be Lauren watches a mess out of HGTV.
But you don't watch it, right?
Well, it's kind of in the
like
background.
He's asking like if we get into it.
Yeah, no, I mean, and that's the thing. Like when I would start looking up, I'm like, oh, they're not going to pick that one. Like, I'll throw in my 2 cents every once in a while.
That's awesome. Hall, what you got?
It's funny.
Krista watched the first 5 seasons of Dexter.
Oh yeah,
I did.
That's good binge watching though.
But she, like it had been a few years. I think like almost all the seasons had come out, and she said, "I think you'd really like this show." I was like, "Yeah, okay, whatever," and started watching it, and I liked it. So she watched the first 5 seasons again, and like with me, and then we watched all the rest of it. So,
Parenthood. Jenny started watching the show called Parenthood, and I was like, "Man, I'm not watching this." Are they really separating?
I heard that show. Everybody, all our friends say, "Dude, you have to watch Parenthood."
That show is freaking good.
Yep.
I don't care. I don't care if you call me a girl or whatever. That show, they act their butts off on that show.
Yeah, I hear it's really good.
Is it like a dramedy?
It's just a drama. It's a drama about a family.
Oh, it's a drama.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not a comedy.
I mean, there's funny parts, but it's not a dramedy. It's not like you're like, oh, this is hilarious. But like Dax Shepard is in it, so he like can't help but being funny and some stuff. Ray Romano's in it and plays a very interesting character now.
That must be why I thought it was a comedy.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people did when it first came out too.
But his character's not funny, like haha funny, but like his character has Asperger's, and so the things that he says are funny because they're awkward, not funny because it's comedy. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, man, Parenthood, and they're talking about canceling it, I think, and I'm sad for my wife about it because she totally got me watching it.
That. Well, that leads into our next question from Delvin Cox at Delvin Cox. What TV shows do you watch religiously, and if you could put one show back on TV, what would it be?
Ooh, good question.
Yeah, that's a great question. We watch. We always DVR a couple of them. We watch. We did watch. Now that it's over, How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, is that over?
Yeah, it's done.
How was the ending?
You know what? I thought it was a great close to everything. A lot of people were pissed, but everybody's pissed about everything these days.
Yeah,
anyway.
People don't want stuff coming to an end. Yeah.
So I think they're going to have an alternate ending on the DVD collection, which I think is ridiculous.
Get out of here.
But yeah, there was a lot of mixed feelings. Like Lauren and I kind of called it, and we were like, "Yep, that's probably how it should go." And
I'm totally going to have you spoil that for me when we get off this podcast.
Okay,
I want to hear it.
And I was perfectly fine with it. But a lot of people were like, "This sucks," blah blah blah.
Oh,
anyway,
wow.
We watched that. We watch Two Broke Girls is hilarious.
Is it really?
It really is. Some of the stuff that they say and get away with is pretty funny. But it is a funny show.
Wow.
And the new show too that's replacing How I Met Your Mother is called Friends with Better Lives is really funny too. And what else do we watch? Oh, Big Bang, of course, Big Bang Theory. I love that because it's science, tech, and geeky stuff.
I've never seen it.
And that show is hilarious. Even my in-laws watch it, and they'll watch it with us, and they think it's hilarious.
So, what's the one you would want to bring back to television?
The one I'd want to bring back is probably, man. I sound like a broken record. Probably Friends. I'd want to bring it back.
That's awesome. I love that people love that so much.
Finish it right.
Yeah, I didn't like
somebody else mad at an ending.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't like that one. I didn't like Will and Grace's ending either. Will and Grace is hilarious.
What was Friends ending?
What was it?
Yeah,
it was just really weird because they were going like it was almost like Dexter where they were going full speed until like the last 2 episodes, and they're like, okay, we got to bring this to a close.
Yeah,
like it was just so weird.
It seemed a little rushed. And we watched Will and Grace on Saturday night while we were cooking and cleaning and doing all that stuff for Easter. Because on what is it, the Wii Network or something like that? Not the Wii WII, the Wii WE version. They do a full on like all night practically Will and Grace episodes. Man, that show was hilarious.
Yeah, that show was funny. I remember that.
But they just ended it, I think, wrong.
I got you. Hall, what about you?
I mean, Krista and I watch Friends all the time. Like we have all the DVDs, so we've been through all the seasons. But at night, like before we go to bed, we'll watch like an episode on Nick at Night or something.
That's awesome. Yeah, you got to get your little Friends kick in.
Yeah,
do that too.
A little bit here and there. Like it's a kind of a, like a lot of the jokes
Timeless,
are just
yeah.
timeless.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not, period jokes. So they still make sense.
Yeah.
So, but I would like to see them I would have liked to see them end that show right. I just don't feel like they gave it a proper send off. So
I'm with you.
What do you guys watch anything right now that you're watching?
Do we have anything that we would, what?
Well, the question is, what do you watch now, and what show would you want to bring back? So I just didn't know if there was something you watched now that was on television.
Oh, watch now that's on television. I want to watch the new season of Arrow, but I don't. For some reason, my on demand has never worked.
Huh?
Really?
For some reason, but I don't call and complain about it because my bill's so cheap. I don't want them to look at my bill and be like, "Oh,
Whoa.
this isn't right."
Yeah.
That's why your bill's cheap.
That's probably fine.
That could
man.
be why. It could just be that we don't have it.
Wait till you move in the new house, then you'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably.
You'll have it up and running.
Or worst case scenario, like I'll just buy the episodes I don't have. Like the CW app has like the last 5, I think.
Right.
The last 5 episodes.
That's true.
So I'd have to buy, I don't know, like the first 12.
I never took you for a CW man. That's for sure.
I know that's right.
No, I don't watch anything else on it, but Arrow is a really good show.
That's awesome.
We were stuck on the CW the other day, just like, those days where you just have the TV on and you don't change it. And we were like, these shows are awful.
Oh,
right? You're like, what is this
it's
crap?
just like the shows on ABC Family. Like, they're just terrible.
Oh, yeah. They're just...
Me and my wife watch Blacklist. I rarely fall in love with a show in its first season. And it's rare that a first season has such great chemistry, but man, that show is good to us, man. I love that show. And if I could bring back a show, it'd be Lost for sure.
Yes. I knew you were going there.
Was the ending... Was everybody upset with the ending?
Oh, yeah, of course they were. There was no way to please everybody. There's no way to please
There is never a TV show or series where everybody was in agreement that it was great.
Yeah.
Never in the history of television. I don't think has there ever been a show that's been like, yep, that's exactly how it should have been.
Except Saint Elsewhere. Just kidding.
Nice.
People were, that was like the OGs of pissing people off about how to end a show.
Yep.
I don't know. Of all the shows I've watched, like, I feel like Breaking Bad was the best way to end a series.
Yeah, but people were mad about that.
I can't believe people were mad about that.
People just get mad because that's the end of the show. I think a lot of it stems from the initial thought of this. Yeah, it's an emotional, rash decision because your show is ending.
Exactly.
So you better make it good.
All right, we got to get out of here for Hall here in a minute. Let's keep going.
Let's move it along. Kyle Hall at Marvel Zombie 616. Have you ever dismissed a game that you just weren't interested in, but later played and really enjoyed? Mine was Devil May Cry.
Ooh, good question.
Mine was BioShock Infinite. I poo-pooed the heck out of that thing. I'm like, it'll be whatever. I'm not into it. And boom, got hook, line, and sinker on that game.
Yeah, man.
And I apologize for poo-pooing that game. That was ridiculous.
Hall?
Man, I'm trying to think.
Well, while you're thinking, I poo-pooed XCOM at first. Because I remember Hall talking about it and being like, this is a great game. And I was like, I was like, strategic. Dude. And then I went back and played that game back to back twice and beat it. I loved that game. I still have to
play it. Thanks for reminding me. I have that downloaded. I just never played it.
Please bring that to the PS4. I will play it again.
That's awesome.
Hall. Your time's up.
No. I don't know. Since I don't get the chance to go back and do some stuff. I remember, Cool Borders. Do you remember?
Oh yeah,
the Cool Borders games.
Mm-hmm.
I remember being just not interested in that stuff at all because I'm not really into snowboarding or anything. But I played Cool Borders with a friend and I was like, okay, yeah, these games are pretty awesome. So I think it was number 2 that was my favorite. And then, there was a game I'm trying to think of. Final Fantasy Tactics.
How was that?
I passed over that on the PS1. I was just like, this doesn't look like the same Final Fantasy game I'm into. Because, I'd played 7, I'd played 8, and didn't look like the game, that was 7 and 8. But I got to play it later and really enjoyed it. So
there you go. Good question.
And by later, I mean recently. So
yeah,
3 days ago.
Good question. Nathan at Sith Nightmare. You are on a desert island and there's a box with you. What's in the box?
Ooh.
It should be more. What's in the box? What's in the box? From little 7 reference for you.
Another box.
Nice.
Yeah, another box.
What was in that box? Somebody's head? His wife's head?
Yeah.
Was that what it was?
Yes. Spoiler.
Sorry. Yeah, for those people that haven't seen the 20-year-old movie.
Yeah, right.
Actually, I don't know how old that movie is. That's a good movie, 7. That's crazy. Don't let your kids watch it.
What's in the box? Shoot, I don't know. I'm on a desert island. How about an unlimited supply of Krispy Kreme donuts?
Nice.
It just keeps coming out. It's like a clown in a car.
I like it.
The box just keeps coming out. How's
this
that?
sounds like the prologue story for Chubby Ninja.
On a desert island far away.
That's right. In an island.
Yeah. What about you, Hall?
Oh boy. Can you have unlimited stuff like Tim just mentioned?
I know. I threw unlimited in there because he didn't say I couldn't.
Actually, no. I'd probably have one of those things that you can convert salt water to fresh water.
Oh, good call.
Because you do need that.
Yeah, survival instincts.
No,
I like that.
You can't have that.
All right, Gable. Well, then what's yours?
Why can't you have that?
Because you can make that.
What?
You should have something funner. You can make that. Like, there's little, how to survive in the wilderness ways to purify water.
Okay,
maybe
so
not salt water.
In the box would be a book that would teach me how to do that.
I like it. That's perfect.
That's hilarious.
Actually, that'll be in my box, the survival guide.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
In
how to
Hall's,
survive a desert island.
In Hall's box is Bear Grylls.
There you go.
I like that.
How about you, Gabe?
Anybody remember the Rocketeer?
Yep.
His rocket pack.
Ooh, I like that.
I want that bad. If I could just have something, and then I figure I'd get off the island if I want to.
Yeah, there you go.
Make it run on solar power though, so you can actually get off the island.
Then it'll be like a Prius. I don't want a Prius rocket pack.
Dude, but if you got what are you gonna use for fuel?
You'd be halfway in the air and then it'd just be like out of power.
Yeah.
That's true. Then I'd only have to fly with my feet down, straight forward, like I'm still walking, because it's not strong enough to jet propel me through the air.
You're like a cartoon run.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a chubby ninja, man. I need some power behind that thing.
The chubby ninja.
That's why you need a gasoline engine.
Yeah, exactly. I need that thing on some gas, Jack.
Gabe, this might be the episode where you are now forever pegged as the chubby ninja. I'm forever pegged as Tigerclaw.
I shouldn't have done that to myself.
We have all just named our superhero names.
Oh, boy.
All right, last question from Mike Fowler at Mike Fowler 93. What is a secret gem of your video game life? A game that you cherish and nobody around you played? That's a really good question because my video game life is a little short. But nobody around me played. Well, I'm the only one that plays games in my family, so all of them could be gems for me. I don't know. I will say the game that I do cherish was starting off was Skyrim, I think, because I used to get up. This is when I first started getting into gaming, I would get up early in the morning like I do now. And that's kind of what started the tradition. And it was just nice to pop on the TV and just you had this huge expansive landscape and, it was a fantasy game and, you're out slaying dragons and stuff. And of course, everybody else played it. But that's one of the memories I'll always have when I first started gaming was just getting the excitement of getting up, coming in, popping the TV on, popping the console on, and then just start playing. And I leave the lights off usually. And, I bought Skyrim. That came out, in November. So it was wintertime. So it was still really dark early in the morning. And it was just fun and just cool to play.
Nice. Hall?
Yeah, this came to me right away. Power Stone for Dreamcast.
Oh, my gosh. Power Stone was such a good game.
Yeah, because, none of my friends had really played Dreamcast to begin with. And number two, Power Stone, you had to own a Dreamcast to play that game. They didn't bring it out on anything else.
Right.
Except I think maybe the PSP, but that was much later.
Oh,
so
my
yeah,
gosh.
Power Stone.
Power Stone was a great one. I'm glad you brought that up because obviously I'm going to say Final Fantasy VII because that was like, it was such a gem to me. But going a little bit more skewed, I'd have to say Shenmue. I loved the Shenmue games. Played both of them. I'm definitely like, I'll sign any petition to bring Shenmue 3 to fruition. So Final Fantasy for the boring answer. Shenmue if I dig a little deeper. Is that it?
Great.
Is that a wrap?
A lot of people probably have answers like for that question from Dreamcast era.
Oh gosh, because the Dreamcast was
just
awesome.
So many games that got overlooked.
Oh gosh, that thing was great. Well, thank you guys so much for your questions. Hopefully our answers were not too long in the tooth. We like to this part of the show gets longer and longer when we are answering questions
because we go on tangents.
But we appreciate you guys listening. We really, really do. We're doing another giveaway this week for our XP giveaway. It'll be Call of Duty Ghost for the PS4. And then we have another giveaway actually after that. Sponsored by freaking Raven Fed. Ray that listens to the show, he got an extra copy of something. It's for the PS3. It's a throwback. A lot of you guys have it, but some of you guys might not. And you'll find out about that next week. And then we always leave you guys with a question. And this one might be a little personal. So if we get zero answers to this, I get it, but it's happened in my life. And coming from just talking about Final Fantasy, you'll understand why I brought this up. Have you ever found yourselves talking in depth about video games to someone who doesn't talk video games? I think it's probably happened to anybody who loves gaming. You've always found yourself like in the middle of a conversation. You're like, yeah, and then this, and then this, and it's so great. And you notice them like, yeah. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, that sounds fun. Yeah, I just was never able to get into it for some reason. I get that all the time. Like, oh yeah, you gay. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, right. I just never was able to get into it for some reason. So I get that line a lot. So have you ever found yourself in the middle of a conversation? Who was it? If you remember, I remember, this is going to sound very sad, but I remember being in a pool in Panama City, Florida. And we were on vacation with like 3 other families. And I was freaking talking about Final Fantasy VII in the middle of the day. And I had to snap out of it like, Gabe, what are you doing?
Everybody's looking at you weird.
There's ladies in bathing suits around here. Why are you talking about Final Fantasy VII?
And Final Fantasy is such a great game.
Exactly. I think I was like 15 or 16 years old. I couldn't see my errors for I couldn't see my errors because I was so in the way of myself. So it doesn't have to be that bad, but that's how embarrassing my story is.
So not a lot of girlfriends during that time.
No. Not at all.
Oh, that's good.
And Darius Rucker wasn't hugely popular yet, so I couldn't pull that card on the ladies. Be like, hey girl, I don't want to be with you. So anyway, episode 84 in the books. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you. I have to say a public thank you to Router. He's got our website looking nice and sexy, marriedtothegames.com. Looks awesome. The forums are on and popping. Tipperoo over there, Timothy Hall, he's monitors a lot of that. Mighty Paolo, thank you guys so much for all the input that you give. Fowler for the Trophy Wars. You guys go sign up for the Trophy Wars. It's marriedtothegames.com/forum in the Let's Play area. There will be prizes. And it's going to be awesome. I think we'll have a lot of fun with it. It starts May 1st and goes through the 30th. So I think will we have one more podcast before it starts? I think we'll have one more podcast before it starts, the night before or something like that. So
no, April only has 30 days.
Oh, it only has 30 days. So what?
Yeah. So hang on a second.
What's next week's podcast? I think we'll be on the 29th or something like that.
The next podcast on the 30th and it'll release on May 1st. I think.
Is that what it is?
I think so.
I think it's the 29th.
Yeah, I think
Nope, 30th. You're right. So we'll be gearing up for it next time. It'll be awesome. You guys go check out at Score Online, thescoreonline.com. Go support those guys. They're awesome. They've been huge supporters of the show, getting all these giveaways and everything like that. So, I'm spent and now I'm all worked up and I don't think I'm going to be able to go back to sleep.
Sweet. Second sun time. Here
Second
we go.
sun it is. No mic, no camera. And it's going to be all story. It's going to be awesome. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. You guys have made this little podcast become awesome. And it's all because of you guys. And we really appreciate it. We don't take it for granted. Y'all know who I am. Gabe, the Chubby Ninja Patillo. Over there is Tim, the Tigerclaw Router. Over on the other side is Tim, the Reluctant Multitasker.
It's so great. It's so awesome. This is perfect.
And we are married to the games. And we are up out this thing. Peace! Oh, man.
Hey, just bring back episode 1, man. Oh,
Yeah,
I know, seriously. Please don't wake up people next to us. Like, my throat doesn't even want to do it.
You can keep it subtle if you want. We
Here
can
we go.
always change it up.
I got it right here.
All right.
Here it comes. I only have one, so however this comes out,
Yep.
it's the show.
Yep.
Oh yes, yes, yes. Oh, I don't have one.
That's
Okay,
good.
here it goes. One more time. No way. Here we go.
This is incredible. We have to do our podcast every time this hour. This is
No
awesome.
way. This is way too early.